Hello, and welcome back to the Linguamind English podcast. I'm Oshi, and I help motivated professionals speak English with calm and confidence, even in high pressure situations, using language tools, confidence building exercises, and visualizations. Today, I want to share three critical mistakes that I see English speaking professionals make every day at work. These habits might seem small, but they're actually keeping you from being taken seriously and advancing your career. I've learned these lessons from my own experience working in English speaking environments and from coaching hundreds of professionals who struggled with the same issues. If you stop doing these three things, you'll see visible results in how people see you at work. Let's dive in. The first thing I would never do is apologize for my English, whether it's my accent or grammatical mistakes. Here's the truth. Yes, people will notice if you have an accent or make grammar mistakes. But when you apologize for it in advance, you actually draw more attention to it. Let me give you an example. Imagine if I started this podcast by saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry for the bad sound quality and the poor editing of this episode." Guess what would happen? You'd immediately start listening for the bad sound quality instead of focusing on my message. The same thing happens when you say things like, "Oh, sorry for my English, excuse my accent. I hope you'll be able to understand me." Stop doing this. When you apologize, you're training people to focus on your language mistakes instead of your ideas. What to do instead? Okay. Own your multilingual identity. You speak multiple languages. That's impressive, not something to apologize for. The second thing I would never do is whisper constantly because I'm afraid that people will notice my mistakes. I used to do this. I would speak so quietly, almost whispering, thinking that if I spoke softly, people wouldn't notice my accent or grammar errors. But here's what really happened. It became really annoying and exhausting for people to understand me. Believe me, people would much rather hear your accent clearly than strain to understand what you're saying. When you whisper, you're making everyone work harder to listen to you, and that's not professional. What to do instead? Speak with a confident volume. This doesn't mean shouting, it means speaking at a normal, clear level. If your English isn't yet at the level you want it to be, use simple, clear sentences. People want to focus on the conversation, not struggle to hear you. Remember, your message is important. Speak like you believe it. The third almost and okay. The third and most damaging thing I would never do is staying silent just because I'm a non native speaker. Let me share a personal story. I used to work for a US company that provided language training for corporate professionals. Most of my colleagues were native English speakers. During brainstorming meetings about projects and methodology, I would often stay quiet. I was intimidated by the native speaker environment. But then I realized something. I had valuable ideas that I wasn't sharing just out of fear. So I gathered my courage and started speaking up in those meetings. You know what happened? My ideas were received really well. My colleagues were grateful that I shared my perspective. I brought insights that they hadn't considered because I have a different background and experience. Remember this: you're in that room for a reason. You earned your place through your education, experience, and talent. Don't be afraid to show it. Your different perspective, shaped by your culture, language, and experiences, is exactly what makes your contribution valuable. If you stop doing these three things, you'll see immediate changes in how people respond to you. So, instead of apologizing for your accent or grammar, start owning your multilingual identity. People will see you as a globally minded and skilled professional. Instead of whispering, begin speaking clearly and confidently. Your message will land with impact. Instead of staying silent, share your ideas and perspectives. People will start to trust you and value your expertise, not because your English is perfect, but because you're showing up with confidence. And here's the beautiful truth: confidence grows the more you show up. It will never grow if you stay silent. So, I invite you for a challenge this week. Pick one of these three habits and commit to changing it this week. Option one: even if you're tempted to apologize for your English, don't do it. Catch yourself before you do it. Option two: if you tend to speak too quietly, practice raising your volume to a confident and clear level. Option three: participate in one discussion or ask one good question in a meeting this week. Choose the one that resonates most with you and focus on that. Small changes lead to big results. Okay, so the conclusion is your voice matters, your ideas matter, your perspective matters. Don't let these old habits keep you small when you're meant to shine. Working in English is not about having perfect grammar or no accent. It's about communicating your value clearly and confidently. These three changes will help you do exactly that. If this episode helped you, please subscribe and share it with another professional who might need to hear this. I'm Oshi, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we will continue building your English confidence at work. And remember, you already have everything you need to succeed. Now it's time to show it. Bye bye.